Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This episode picks up right where the last one ended on day 1. I've just started my fresh Animal Crossing island, which I named Petal Cove. I've set some rules for myself. I'm not allowed to time travel, and I can't use treasure islands. I hope you enjoy the episode. I decided to start my first day on the island by getting DIY unlocked right away, since I'm going to be needing a lot of tools to help develop my island. And of course, a fishing rod made out of just 5 sticks would be flimsy. So after I get my sticks, I end up not immediately going back to Tom Nook. I of course take some time to talk to my villagers. Leonardo actually gave me a really cute little tulip hat, which I immediately put on. Okay, maybe Leonardo isn't as bad as I thought. I'll have to remember that, Flo. Maybe I'll call in a favor. Flo then gives me the DIY recipe for a leaf umbrella. And I agree with Flo. It is a lot of weeds. After talking to the two of them, I head back to resident services to craft my first tool, a flimsy fishing rod. I can't wait to start fishing, though I really prefer diving. I'm gonna have to grab a suit from my other island to start bringing in those bells. There's literally no cost to diving after the first suit. And there it is. My first DIY recipe has been crafted. I'm really glad he's giving me more recipes, one of which is actually the flimsy net that I'm going to need to catch bugs. I do want to get blathers on my island as soon as possible. This raccoon really has an app for everything, doesn't he? Curiosity kills the cat, they say, though I guess for once I'm not a cat girl. For context, I play Makote on Final Fantasy XIV. If you guys have any interest in Final Fantasy XIV, please let me know. And if there's any other games you'd like to watch me play, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, of course I have to check what Timmy has in the shop. I decided to start my gathering journey with just a bit of fishing. I hope my fishing rod doesn't break after just one fish, especially if it's a big one. I wish fish would bite faster. Dang, my first fish is just a plain old carp. Butterfly, stop moving! Okay, my first bug, on the other hand, is rather cool, being a common blue bottle butterfly. I probably spent close to 20 minutes pulling weeds off of just this one part of the island. That's not including across the river that I can't even get to yet. After I run around a little bit more, I head back to Tom Nook. As you can see, I did quite a bit of creature gathering before heading back. Of course, I would be alright with considering them to blathers. Why wouldn't I want blathers to receive critters from my island? Or, well, a bunch of bugs. Poor blathers. I then unlock my Critterpedia, a few more recipes, and turn in some more bugs. I don't really want to torment Blathers with bugs immediately after he arrives to my island. At least, not right away. Maybe a little later I will. with lots and lots of butterflies. I really do enjoy the butterfly room in the museum. I wonder how long it'll take me to finish. Nook, I don't have bells, so of course I'm using your DIY bench. It's literally the only way I can get tools. Why does he always make us pull our phone out of our pocket? Why can't we just simply leave it in our pocket and he sends us the information anyway? Excuse me, Tom Nook, you know it's rude to be on the phone when you're talking to somebody, right? Oh boy. When these two talk, it reminds me of this quote. Brevity is the soul of wit, from Hamlet by William Shakespeare. I swear they could talk for hours. You know, I don't know how I feel about him calling us a customer, when we're pretty much an associate because he makes us do all the work on the island. Ah, once again, there's that fine print. Must help the raccoon. I'm honestly surprised the game let me place the museum where I did. It does seem a bit close to resident services, doesn't it? And of course, I can't turn in any more bugs or fish today. Time to start a stack next to the museum. Tom Nook, if I didn't know you were Tom Nook, I would have thought you were Blathers, based on how much you talk all the time. You carry on and on and on. So, after talking to Tom Nook for what feels like an hour, I decided to make a flimsy hatchet. I'm going to need wood for a vaulting pole and a shovel when Blathers arrives, so I'm going to try and get the wood now. Of course, the first cut I make on my island with a hatchet, I knock wasps. Wasps! Out of the tree. Thankfully, my tent was kind of close by. Also, don't ask why I immediately went back to cutting trees. I guess I really wanted to get stung by wasps. I can honestly not tell you how long I spent doing random stuff on my island to get all the miles, but my moving fees are paid in full. And of course I want to upgrade my tent to a house I can finally have storage, though I will admit, in a few days, I do end up filling it completely with clothes. Oops. You know, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure the loan doubles every time he offers us an upgrade. As I said last time, money grabbing raccoon. Okay, why doesn't he make us pull our phone out that time? Why all the other times? What's so different about this time? He really makes you question how house building works. How does he build a house overnight? And then how does he upgrade said house overnight? Does he just break in like a bandit in the night while you're asleep and suddenly you have a house? Anyway, I don't think I ever want those questions answered, but if you have any theories about how he builds houses overnight, please let me know in the comments. After I unlock Nook Miles Plus, get my new house, I've got to get tool rings. It's essential. And by the way, it's not just a name. It gets annoying having to open my inventory every time I want to change tools without having to page through every single one. After a bit more activities on the island, I decide I want to start my flower crossbreeding. They only gave me yellow and white roses to start. However, I love the pink roses in this game. So I hope I can get white roses really soon. On that note, while I water these flowers, I'm going to wrap up this episode here. I'll see you next time. Any suggestions you might have would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching.